Yo, what's going on guys? HyperX here. Welcome back to another video for Monster Hunter Stories 2. And in this one, I want to give you a quick guide on expeditions, how to unlock them, how to expand them, and more importantly, what they are used for. Because this is an incredibly useful mechanic that you definitely want to be taking advantage of as you're playing throughout the game. So if you guys do enjoy this, you do find this helpful, as always, a like would be super appreciated, and any questions you may have, drop them down below. But to begin with, in order to unlock expeditions, you will need to get to the third area of the game. So this is not something you have at the very beginning. You will not have this on Hakolo Island, nor will you have it when you get to Ruto Island. Ruto, you will unlock the Rite of Channeling. Then when you get to the next area, Kuan Village, that is where you will unlock expeditions. In order to use them, you simply head over to your stable. You speak to your stable paw. And much like you would have before, where you can edit your Monsty party, hatch your eggs, do the Rite of Channeling, you now have an option for Monsty expeditions. Much like in previous Monster Hunter games, if you've played them just regular Monster Hunter, it's kind of like sending your cats out, only this time you send out your Monsties. You can of course see here I have a full set of expeditions. When you begin the game, you will of course start with just one slot, but as you can see, there are actually a total of 6 slots, and we'll of course expand on that a little bit later. But if I just bring these back for the time being, you can of course see it's a great way to not only level up your Monsties, but also get a bunch of items depending on the options that you choose. The main thing you want to be using this for is a good chance to level them up, because of course as you're exploring throughout the game, sometimes you'll encounter new Monsties, but they might not necessarily be high enough level to join your team straight away. You can either just throw them on your team and have them gain passive XP, or you can throw them in an expedition. But when you go and take a look at the expeditions themselves, first things first, you select the field. I will blur out most of these ones because of course they are relevant to later on in the game, but no spoilers there. Main thing is you choose these based on where you are currently, so as you expand, as you kind of get further in the story, more locations will open up. But you then pick your location, you then go and select these instructions. Now to begin with, you have Balanced, which basically gives you a kind of medium supply of items and XP. You have Thorough, which will take longer to complete, but you will then get more items and more XP than usual. You have the Hasty one, which will see them gather fewer items, get less XP, but they do return much quicker. You then have XP Enthusiast. I use this one quite a lot. If you just care about leveling up your Monsties, then throw them in there, we'll see them get the greatest amount of XP. You can have Item Gatherer if you really want to focus on getting items. Materialist if you want to focus on monster materials specifically. And Treasure Hunter if you want to focus on finding those rare items. So pick those ones. You then select your Monsties. You can of course have a total of 6 of these. Do keep in mind, if you put them in an expedition, you cannot then use them in Rite of Channeling, so you'll need to take them out the expedition afterwards. But once you put them in there, send them on the expedition, depart, and then of course you have your timer on how long that will take. I have some of these on the Thorough expedition. You can see that takes 45 minutes. Meanwhile, the other one takes 40 minutes, slightly less because that is the XP Enthusiast. But once they return, Naviru will tell you, he'll say our buddies are back. So if you want to be super efficient, then as you're exploring throughout the game and he reminds you that they have returned, you should then fast travel back to town, go and set them to go again, and then head back out on your adventure. Or just do it anytime you come back. Now, if you want to expand your expedition slots, you then want to go over to the bottle cap vendor. You'll of course find one of these in every single town. You then go to exchange for items, and you can then see you will have an expedition ticket. These are of course used to give you additional expedition slots. So again, as you progress throughout the game, you will encounter more of these when the bottle cap vendor refreshes his slots. The Expedition Plus ticket is the very first one you will purchase. That will give you your second slot. The Silver Expedition Plus ticket is the one that will give you the third slot. And then finally, once you get to the end of the game, you'll be able to purchase the Gold Expedition ticket. It is more expensive, needs more bottle caps, but that will then give you the remaining 3 slots, giving you a total of 6. But that's pretty much all there is to it. Make sure you're using your expeditions to level up your Monsties, get some items as you go, and save some of those bottle caps to expand them to get the most out of them. Hopefully you guys find this helpful, and as always, keep it locked for plenty more. If you want to catch more from us at HyperX Gaming, don't forget you can catch the guys TwoSixNine and Paradise Central streaming over on Twitch weekdays, playing a variety of games. If you guys want to jump in, tune in, watch, and even join in, then make sure you check them out. The links to those are in the description box down below, and of course you can join the Discord to get involved in all of the discussions.